Oh my god. Y'all, I missed one of the biggest life updates. Your girl went viral. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl B, and I'm back with another video. So if you're new here, definitely subscribe to my channel. I promise you're gonna like it. I'm just taking you guys on a journey of my life right now, and I feel like it's pretty interesting. So yeah, go ahead and subscribe so you can just kind of live in this journey with me. And if you are a returning subscriber, hey y'all, hey, I'm so happy you're back and joining me for another video. So first things first, I just want to say, new apartment, New York City apartment. You guys might hear everything going on outdoors and in the apartment above me. So if you hear any of that, I want to apologize. It sounds like they were moving some things in the apartment above me, and then there's a dog just going off outside right now. So if you hear that, I apologize, but now that I'm back in New York, I cannot control any of this. So yeah. So today's video is going to be a little chit chat with me, just to give you guys an update about my week. Like, this week that has just passed has been pretty great, and yeah, I just want to kind of share it because it's very, I don't know, it's just very different and it feels good. And it's like the decision that I made on Sunday kind of like trickle down to each day of the week, and it's just been a really good week overall. So yeah, let's jump into it. Okay, so you guys, in one of my videos, I don't remember which one, but I was telling you guys how oh yes, so in my I think it was like in my life update video, and then also in my detox video, I was telling you guys how I gave up drinking. You do see a wine glass here, but it is apple juice. I just feel like this glass looks so much prettier on camera, so why not fill it up with apple juice? Like, come on y'all, like, we could fancy up regular drinks. I mean, I'm gonna learn how to make mocktails, but for right now, this apple juice will suffice. It probably looks like beer. Whatever, I don't care. So this week started with me deciding to make the decision to become saved. And yeah, I did it. Now, it wasn't no grand thing that happened. I honestly was like at home watching, it was the Uncuffing series with Transformation Church. Yeah, so it was like an old Sunday service. I think it was like back in June. It was Uncuffing from Constant. I definitely highly recommend you guys check it out. I'll probably link it down below so you can watch it, because when I tell you, it was just so inspirational, and it kind of tells you that you don't always need to be in go. You don't have to constantly be trying to hit these marks, hit these goals without getting any form of rest. Rest is needed in order to, you know, succeed, and God wants you to rest so that you can, you know, be renewed and have the energy that is needed to do what you need to do in the next day. So like I said, it's a lot deeper than how I am summarizing it, but I would definitely recommend checking it out. Again, like I said, I'll link it down below. But yeah, that was a great video. So me watching that, like, you know, at the end of every service, pretty much, they kind of ask you like, hey, do you want to give your life to Jesus? If you believe Jesus Christ died for your sins, say this prayer, and you know, you pretty much have decided to be saved. So y'all know I've been on this journey for like an entire year, and every sermon I watch, they pretty much ask you this, and ask you if you're ready to commit. And I have just not committed, and a lot of the times it's not because I didn't want to. Like, I felt it and I wanted to, but I felt like I needed to do it in person, for it to be real. And I don't know, something in me on Sunday was like, no, do this today. And I'll tell you this, a big part of it is because they often say that in order to get into heaven, you have to give your life to, you know, give your life to God. And I was just thinking, like, if something was to happen to me tomorrow, where would I go? If something were to happen to me tomorrow, I don't want the only thing to hold me back is the fact that I'm not saved. And the only reason that I'm not saved is because I feel like I need to be in a physical church to be saved. And it's like, no, that's stupid. Well, forgive me, not stupid, because some people might actually feel this way. But for me, I was like, that's silly of me to do this, because it's like I feel it in my heart of hearts. So why am I putting it off any longer? So in that moment, I decided to do it. And after I did it, I was like, well, why did I felt the need to be in church in order to be saved? And then I thought, baptism. And I do want to be baptized. But that is something separate of being saved. Depending on your discipleship. But I think it is two different things. Once you get baptized, you're being cleansed. You know what I mean? Physically. It is a physical representation of you being cleansed and your sins being washed away. So yeah, I decided to do that. I was by myself and it was very emotional. Like, I was crying. It was a beautiful moment. Like, I was crying, but it felt so beautiful. And I was just so happy I did it. Like, literally right after I did it, there's a number that you text, you know, just to say that you did it, and they ask you if you want them to contact you. Now, the only thing I disliked about that is that they said someone would contact me, and no one has. And I'm just like, I don't like that. Like, mega churches make me wary. And it makes me wary only because with such a big church, I always think, well, their person to person communication is off. And that kind of showed me that it is true. So that kind of bothered me. But then at the same time, you got to think it is a mega church. They are online with millions of viewers or thousands of viewers, however you want to call it. And that's a lot of people. You don't know how many people decide to be saved and text that number. So, like, I'm looking at it from that way. And I can't judge, because at the end of the day, I didn't do it for them to reach out to me. I did it for me to actually take the step that was necessary for me to, one, solidify my relationship with God. So that's why I did it. And although I didn't hear from them, it's like, whatever. Like, not whatever, but it's just like, I'm good, because my relationship with God is here. It has nothing to do with them. So yeah, that was the start of my week on Sunday. And literally right after it happened, like, I told my mom and my sister and my cousin, and they're just like, you know, congratulations. And it felt so good. Yeah, it felt really good. Like, I was on a high. So that happened on Sunday. I don't want to say too much about this, but I've decided that I know where I want to go next with my career, and I'm actually setting the ball in motion to get there. And what that has entailed for me is reaching out to new people, and kind of being active on LinkedIn. Now, this might not be a big deal, but it is to me, because I don't reach out to nobody, and this is like essentially strangers. So I'm reaching out to people of interest, who work in the field, who have a lot of experience, and I'm just adding them on LinkedIn, and I'm trying to be very professional. So I'm actually editing my LinkedIn profile, or adding information to my LinkedIn profile, just to have a online presence in a business aspect. So yeah, like, it's not a big deal, but it is a big deal for me, because I'm being proactive in trying to reach those new steps. So I have reached out to a couple of people, and I made the decision today to just like request like little lunch meetings. I had a professor who said that reaching out to people to have like little Zoom meetings is a great way to network, and people are open to it. So I'm gonna try it and see how that works, just so you know, I could kind of meet people, understand what it takes to evolve to these spaces, and just overall like learn how to move, how to excel, but in a professional way. Like for me, the biggest thing is I don't want to step on nobody's toes. I don't want to throw nobody under the bus. I don't want to like be I don't want to be a crappy person in the business industry, or in the corporate industry, however you want to say it. Like I don't want to be that kind of cutthroat person. I want to be a person of integrity, a person of values, a person with good moral character. Like that's the type of person I want to be. And I have to get out of that mind frame that my work will speak for itself. Because yes, while my work speaks for itself, that's only one aspect of getting a job or completing a job or being recognized in any setting. A lot of the time it is how you communicate with people, who you communicate, how effective is it, how do you small talk, all those things. So for me, that is why I'm trying to take that initiative to improve in those spaces. And I think the best way is to talk to people I don't know, like reach out to people I don't know. And if they don't want to talk to me, then it is what it is. Like, it's no skin off my back because I don't know them. Feel me? I could just be like, oh, they probably never got my messages. Whole time they might have got it and was like, she reaching out to me for. But that's neither here nor there. I don't care. Like, whatever they feel, I don't care. I just know what I'm going to be doing. And yeah, I started working towards that. So that was pretty great. So I was sick. I think I kind of said that in my last video, my Skims haul. But yeah, I was sick. I had the flu. I still have it, but it's so much more better. And I just felt so bad. Now, with that being said, before I actually sat my behind down, I was doing so much because, as you know, I did recently move, so I'm really trying to get my apartment in order, and it just seems like so much. And in the midst of me doing this, I also work full-time, go to school full-time, and then, you know, I try to do my content here on YouTube, especially for November. Sorry y'all, my leg locked up. I have to switch position. Oh yeah, and do y'all recognize the set? Do you guys recognize the set? This is from my Nasty Gal haul. I'll link that up here somewhere, so go ahead and check that out. But this is so cute and it looks good on camera. Little bitch. I'm sorry. But yeah, so what I was saying is I don't really ask people for things. I don't ask people to help me with things. I sometimes expect people to offer to help me with things, but nah, now I just don't. And I have been working on that. I have asked people to help me, and for whatever reason they couldn't. And I'll be honest, like it definitely hurt my feelings, or not even hurt my feelings, like it does, but it just kind of makes me feel like I really can't ask people for things, and that is so annoying because when you really need them, and you know they're always telling you, oh no, I got you, I got you, I got you, and then when the time comes for them to actually get you, they don't. And it's just like, all right, that sucks. Yes, life happens, but I don't know, that pisses me off, but whatever. So I say all that to say that I'm doing so much and I'm trying to get it done, and I'm not asking anyone for any type of assistance. Like, I'm a big girl, I need to get it done for myself. So doing that, I was very tired and I did not rest. I was talking to my therapist and I was telling her like I'm really tired, and I get so annoyed because there are people who will say things like, you're young or you don't have no kids, so you should be fine. And it's just like, yo, stop saying that. Like, stop. Stop saying that, because that is the farthest thing from the truth. I'm not young. Like, yes, I'm younger than a lot of people I surround myself with. Yes, I'm like my mother's youngest daughter. So yes, I am young, but I'm freaking old. I don't know if you guys can see, I have a gray hair somewhere here. Like, I'm not as young as people make me out to seem. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I am so independent and I try to get everything done on my own. And like, yeah, like, but I get tired. I get so tired, and then I feel bad for taking a break, or I feel bad for telling people I can't do certain things, or I feel bad saying that something makes me feel away because I am younger or because I don't have any kids. And that's not right. Like, I can be tired, I can be exhausted. Like, bro, school full time, work full time, moving and figuring everything out by myself. Like, it is very rough, and I just wish that people recognize that. But whatever, I went on that whole spiel. And I say that all to say is that I've been trying to get everything done, and I've been doing things non-stop. I've been going back and forth between my mom's house and my apartment because, like I said, my bed is not ready. So my mom is nice enough to allow me to stay in my old room. So yes, I've been going back and forth, up and downstairs, because we both live in walk-ups. Lifting things up, putting things down, putting things together. Like, it is a lot. And I took no break. And then last Friday, or on Veterans Day, I was just like so exhausted. I was tired. I felt sick. I had like a headache. And it turns out that I had the flu. And I did nothing. Like, that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I was supposed to get the bulk of the things needed to be done in my apartment done. And I did it. I was supposed to finish painting my accent wall. I did not. I didn't even go get the paint. Like, I didn't do nothing. Friday, I had my class, and then I went to sleep. Saturday, I slept. Sunday, I felt better, and I kind of cleared up a little bit, but I didn't do too much because the minute I felt winded, I was like, okay, that's it, and I laid the freak back down. And I stayed in my place. Like, I was that tired, so I slept on my couch. I took that break, and it felt so good, and I was ready to, like, I still felt sick this week, but I felt rested. And that kind of goes back to what I said about constantly doing things, constantly being on a move and figuring out we have to get things done. But yeah, I rest, and I felt so good. I watched that sermon, and that was what made me decide to get saved, because I looked at the way my week went. I listened to the message, and it's like, God be hearing me, and he listens, and I'm so appreciative for that. So yeah, I was able to rest. I don't know how I started this one, but yeah, I was able to rest. Let me turn off my camera for a little bit. It is overheating. I'll be back. Sorry about that. I'm back. My camera like overheats so quick. I love my hair, y'all. I'm obsessed. But yeah, sorry. So let's jump back into it. What else happened this week? So the last thing that happened, and it kind of just made me feel good and made me feel like I'm making progress within myself, is that there's this gentleman who I talk to, and it's nothing serious. Like, we just been out, we've been out like on a couple of dates, and like we speak every other day. It's casual for the most part. Well, yeah, casual for the most part. So like this, we've been speaking for like months, going back to like sometime earlier this year. And we were having a conversation, and it took, okay, it didn't take a turn, but we were talking about something so PG, and then he just kind of like introduced sex, and I was like, whoa there, buddy. Like, what the what the what? Like, how did we get here? And normally when that happens, I normally do two things. I'd laugh it off and change the subject. Something like, LOL, you're crazy. What did you have for lunch? Like, that's what I would used to do. Or I would just ghost you. Like, we have nothing else to talk about because I'm not interested in that with you. But this time I was just like direct, and I was like, hey, yeah, how did we get here? Like, what the hell did I say? It was like, how did we get here? Like, nah, I'm not in that space, something like that. And then he responded, he was like, oh, you know, I was just saying da 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 da. And I was like, yeah, be careful with that, because it could have went left. And he understood, and we continued talking since. And for me, like, it just felt good because I feel like I was being an adult in that situation, saying like, hey, I'm not the one. Because let me say this, I do feel like guys say things. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to interpret that. Like, I'm not a guy, so I don't know. I don't know. I just know that people can say things, and I don't always have to hold it against them. So like, that was one of those situations, and he understood, and we continued to talk, and it's been PG, and it's been good. And the funny thing about that is I feel like either way it would have been a win. Like, imagine if I said that and then that's what he was interested in, and it was like, I don't like that, I ain't gonna talk to her no more, right? A lot of people have anxiety, or a lot of women have anxiety, like, well, what if he doesn't want to talk to me anymore? And that used to be me. That used to be me, where it's like, I don't want to mess this up because I enjoy talking to this person, but like, I don't want to say anything to like turn him off. And I'm just like, girl, if that man gets turned off by that, like, why are you talking to him? Like, you don't want that, and that's what he wants. And because you don't want to do that, or you don't want to engage in that type of conversation, he doesn't want to talk to you. That is a freaking win. Like, what? Like, I feel like a lot of the times the way we were raised, or the way society portrays it, is that you have to be this woman who says the right thing, who does the right thing, because you don't want to turn a guy off. And it's like, men don't have those same qualms. They just say whatever they want. Yes, some men are, or some men do acknowledge it, but for the most part they don't, only because for them they're just saying what they feel. They're saying what's on their mind, and sometimes it may not be that deep, sometimes it could be, but at the end of the day, women should have that same freedom to be able to say what they want and not be afraid that it's going to be used against them. Feel me? So yeah, that just felt good. I was very assertive with that, and I didn't ghost anyone, because my phone be so dry. My phone be so dry, y'all. And if we would have stopped talking, it just would have been ghost town. It would have been ghost town. Not that I have anything wrong with that, but it's just like, damn, girl, you ain't got no hoes. Not that he's a hoe, but you get my point. You get my point. So that was that. The last update for this week is that I did not hit up my ex. I did not hit up my ex, and I'm so proud of myself. Like, when I tell you I was bored, and I think a big part of it is because I was also sick, so I had nothing to do. I don't have much people to talk to, because I don't want to say I cut off a big chunk of people, but I just let things be however they may be. So a lot of things are kind of fizzing out and fuzzing out, and it's okay. But it just makes you very, very bored. So in this time, I was like thinking, and I was like, damn, I miss my ex, and I kind of want to just talk to him, and da 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 da. And then I like unblocked him on I unblocked him on WhatsApp, because I wanted to see if he was gonna post anything, like any updates to his story. But then it was like, girl, what do you expect to see? Like, if you don't block that man back. So then I blocked him like 30 seconds later. And then, like, okay, here's the trick for anyone who just like went through a breakup, or someone who's trying to cut off an ex or a situationship, here's what I do. In those moments where I do want to reach out or be petty or do something to get them to see me, so they to get them to see me so that they could hit me up. Before I do any of that now, I kind of ask the question like, what do you want from this interaction? Like, ideally, how do I want this interaction to go, right? And I know how I want it to go, but then I think beyond reality, what normally happens when you used to put yourself in this situation? How did it make you feel? Is it likely that the outcome you are looking for is the outcome that you will receive? And 100% of the time I'd be like, no. So after that, I was like, girl, no, you just set yourself up. And then aside from that, I think a big part of me is asking God to deliver me a life partner who is ready for me, and in turn I need to be ready to receive that person. And how am I going to show a person or meet a person? How am I going to meet a person and try to create the friendship, because that's where we're going to start with, create this friendship that hopefully leads to relationship, when I'm still talking to somebody else who I clearly only have a romantic connection with? Because if we were friends, we would be friends, and then the relationship would have worked out. Or the relationship may have not worked out, but we would have figured that out in a way that allowed us to continue to be friends. And that did not happen. So why would I, in a moment of desperation, because that's what it is, it was desperation, I didn't miss him, I was just bored and desperate and play with the fact that I could talk to him. And that's a no-go. So a lot of people get caught up in that. They get caught in the comfort of being able to reach out to someone, being able to talk to someone, and that level of comfort is hard to give up. Uncut from Comfort, that's another one y'all could watch. I'll tag that one down below too. But I realized that, like, I'm looking for, the person I'm looking for has A-type qualities. The person that I was dealing with has B-type qualities, and B does not mean bad, B does not mean basic. B just means beyond what B is looking for. So I don't want that. So why would I play with that? Why would I try to go into that knowing already what that type is? I need to just focus on A-type and prepare myself to be ready for A-type when I receive it, because I'm praying for him to be ready for me too. Feel me? So I just felt so good that I am able to recognize that it would have ended badly, and this I do all the time. And I'd probably be like, girl, you just talking, like, you'll give in. Now it's been some months. Like, when I tell you it's been months, it's been a full season at this point. I think it's been a full season, almost a full season. So yeah, I don't. And the same thing that I'm doing, I'm telling my friends to do, and so far they're doing good and it's working for them. But yeah, a lot of the times it just falls into comfort, especially if you know the issues you want resolved aren't going to be resolved, because a lot of the times it's a big difference between cultural views, cultural values, and honestly personalities, and sometimes you can't fake that. So yeah, cheers to me for not hitting up my ex. But y'all, that's gonna be it for this video. I don't have much else to add. I hope it isn't too much all over the place, but it's just a weekly update. And if things keep going this well for me, I don't know, I'll try to make this a weekly thing. Oh my god, y'all, I missed one of the biggest life updates. Your girl went viral. I went viral first on TikTok, then on Instagram. So I'll insert a clip of the video that I posted on TikTok.
Makeup is just fun to me. Like, you can do your different styles. I know I like to, like, keep my makeup kind of simple. You really pissed me the off.
Why? It's hard.
I always.
So I posted this video, and I knew it was funny the moment I made it, but I didn't know to what extent. And I posted it on TikTok, and when I tell y'all, like, those likes just kept coming in, the comments just kept coming in, and I'm just like, what? Mind you, I don't even use TikTok like that, so I was just so surprised. And I'm like, okay, I'm getting a small little growing. Like, TikTok, I started with 40, or TikTok, I had about 44 followers on TikTok. Right now, I think I'm at about 590. So I'm almost at 600. It's been like 2 days. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like, I'm not active. I haven't posted, or maybe I posted one video since. But the fact that it gained so much traction and so many likes, like, it got over 800,000 views and over 200,000 likes and over like 2,000 comments. And I'm just like, what? And then the Shade Room reposted it. They reposted it, but they didn't tag me, because they reposted it on Instagram, and they didn't tag me, but they put my name in the caption. But honestly, nobody's looking to see nobody's name. Nobody's searching anyone's name. So I kind of asked them to tag me, and they didn't. But it's alright, because it's my video, because I did upload it on Reels on Instagram too, the same day probably, the same night I did it on TikTok, and it's doing numbers. Like, it's got like over 200,000 views, I think. I can't remember the likes. And like, literally today I just started getting like an increase in followers. So I'm just like, that's crazy. Like, I don't know, it felt good. And even though the Shade Room didn't tag me, I'm okay, because I feel like this is not the content that I'm going to be producing. But it just showed me that if I could go viral once, I could do it again. And the next time I do it, I want it to be in the kind of content that I normally put out, the kind of content that I enjoy, because I'm not that type of, like, what I showed you guys, that's not me. I just found it so funny, like, watching that scene of Ari and Tucson, I think it's his name. Watching that clip of them just instantly made me think of Thanksgiving and cooking with my mother. So that's where that came from. But honestly, I'm not good at doing that kind of stuff. And I know a lot of people who are like, you need to jump on it while the momentum is up, create more content. But nah, I'm gonna do what feels natural to me. But it's just super cool to know that I went viral at least once in my lifetime. That was pretty cool. So you guys can definitely check me out. My TikTok is livelock_b, and my Instagram is livelove_b, with 2 E's. So go ahead and check them out, and yeah, go ahead and follow me on both. But yeah, that was pretty dope. I think that's it. If you made it to the end of this video, go ahead and subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up as well. And yeah, leave a comment down below if you can attest to any of this, whether it has anything to do with you getting saved. How was that process for you? If you're taking any steps to help you better your career, let me know that, or foster relationships with other people within your career. Let me know how that's going. If you recently gave up an ex and you feeling strong right now because you're doing it, even though you feel weak at times, you're doing it, let me know about that. Yeah, just let me know about any of this. So thank you guys for watching today's video. I'll catch you guys in my next video, which will probably be my haul for Express. So go ahead and check that out. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a blessed week.